search for the next Dalai Lama. Lama Thondup, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, was born on July 6, 1935, to a poor family in the small village of Taxter in the province of Amdo. When Lama Thondup was barely 3 years old, a search party was sent by the Tibetan government to find the new incarnation of the Dalai Lama. They were led to the Kumbum monastery by a number of signs. One of these had to do with the embalmed body of his predecessor, Thupten Gyatso, the 13th Dalai Lama, who had died in 1933. His head was discovered to have turned from facing south to northeast. Shortly after that, the senior Lama had a vision. Looking into the waters of a sacred lake in southern Tibet, he clearly saw the Tibetan letters A, Ka, and Ma coming into view, followed by the image of a 3-story monastery with a turquoise and gold roof and a path running to it from a hill. He then saw a small house with strangely shaped guttering. He was sure that the letter A referred to Amdo, the northeastern province, so it was there that the search party was sent. By the time they reached Kumbum, the members of the search party felt that they were on the right track. It seemed likely that if the letter A referred to Amdo, then Ka must indicate the monastery at Kumbum, which turned out to be 3-storied and turquoise roofed. They now only needed to locate a hill and a house they saw peculiar guttering, so they began to search the neighboring villages. When they saw the gnarled branches of juniper wood on the roof of His Holiness's parents' house, they were certain that they had found the new Dalai Lama. But rather than revealing the purpose of their visit, they pretended to be servants and spent much of the evening observing and playing with the youngest children in the house. The child recognized the senior Lama and called out, "Sarah Lama, Sarah Lama." Sarah was the name of the senior Lama's monastery. The next day they left, only to return a few days later with a number of things that had belonged to the 13th Dalai Lama, along with several similar items that did not. In every case, the infant correctly identified those belonging to the 13th Dalai Lama, saying, "It's mine, it's mine." This eventually convinced the search party that they had found the new incarnation. It was not long after this that the little boy from Taxter was acknowledged as the new Dalai Lama. The boy, Lama Thondup, was next taken away from his parents to Kumbum Monastery. There he began a somewhat unhappy period of his life. His Holiness was eventually to be reunited with his parents, though, and together they were to journey to Lhasa. This did not happen for 18 months, though, because the local Chinese Muslim warlord refused to let the boy, incarnate, to be taken to Lhasa without payment of a large ransom. The journey to Lama took 3 months. It was here in Lhasa that he was officially installed as the spiritual leader of Tibet. Soon after, the newly recognized Dalai Lama was taken to a temple where he was inducted as a novice monk in a ceremony where his hair was cut off. From that point on, he was to be shaven-headed and attired in maroon monk robes. He forfeited his name Lama Thondup and assumed a new name, Jomphel Gawang Labsang Yishi Tenzin Yatso.